everybody, you're welcome back again to the Reggae Appreciation Society. When talking about the greatest instrumentalists in world music history, Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare will definitely be in the conversation. But as far as reggae music is concerned, they are the greatest force in the history of the genre. In 4 decades, the Rhythm Twins, as they were fondly called, are estimated to have played on a superhuman 200,000 songs. And it's popularly said that if you've heard 10 reggae classics, at least 5 of them have Sly and Robbie's drum and bass on the record. Trying to pinpoint their finest rhythm is one heck of a task when you consider the staggering volume of their work. If a poll was done to sample opinions on their best rhythm, I'm sure that most fans would mention their popular records like the ones for Black Uhuru, The Mighty Diamonds' Right Time, or something off Peter Tosh's Bush Doctor album. But I believe their finest work wasn't among their best known, but instead a fairly obscure masterpiece on which they would channel the full weight of their scorching abilities that would make them legends within a few years. Sly, for one, would unleash his new phenomenal drumming technique called rockers in the most explosive way, while Robbie's slick, powerful and funky bass play would amount to one of the most hypnotic and soulful performances of his career. Overseen by one of reggae's most gifted producers, it was fused with the passionate vocals of an unknown vocal harmony trio called the Jewels to create what I believe is one of the greatest Rastafari anthems of all time. The track became an underground phenomenon across Europe, America and Africa, but due to a number of factors, it failed to achieve the commercial success it more than deserved. Let's take a look at the story of Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare's greatest creation. Now this tale begins with the song's producer in the legendary Winston Holness, aka Niney the Observer. After emerging as a protege of Lee Scratch Perry, he would score a smash hit of his own in Blood and Fire, a diss track that was aimed at the Wailers, that became the biggest song of 1971. That track became a Rastafarian anthem and truly launched him as one of roots reggae's creative dynamos in the 1970s. He was among the first producers to truly harness the power of the then teenage Sly and Robbie as studio session instrumentalists, years before they even became a duo, as he did on Dennis Brown's Westbound Train, which became the biggest song in Jamaica in 1973. Fast forward to 1977, the Rhythm Twins had already lent their talents to a large number of massive songs and albums as part of studio bands like Bonnie Lee's Aggravators and Channel One's Revolutionaries. Niney had by then established himself as one of Jamaica's hottest producers with a fierce Rastafarian outlook. He had overseen the transmutation of love song singers like Freddie McGregor and Dennis Brown to Rasta icons with the production of their albums in Mr. McGregor and Wolf and Leopard respectively. Niney's Observer label was known for its militant, distinctive stripped-down rhythms with heavy emphasis on the drum and the bass. Besides the music that he produced for other artists, he would record lots of songs under his label. One of the acts he would work with was a harmony trio called the Jewels that was led by a singer called Glassford Manning. This group had been active since the Rocksteady era and had recorded for the likes of Coxsone Dodd, Rupee Edwards and Lee Scratch Perry before pitching their tent at Niney's. They were attracted to his inclination to Rastafari, and he in return really loved their fervent Rastafarian lyrics. The first song he produced for them was a track called Prophecy Call, a solid tune by all standards, which was powered by the superb instrumentals that were courtesy of the Soul Syndicate Band, an elite lineup in itself. The song would do well, but nothing compared to what was coming. For the next track, Jah I, Niney would enlist the magic hands of Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare. In what was the peak and deepest period of Rastafarian consciousness, Sly would deploy his trademark drumming style called rockers, a militant sounding technique with crisp hi-hats and lightning sharp rim shots. While laying the instrumentals for Jah I, he surpassed everything he had done up until that point in his career with his tight and metronomic striking. If one example summed up a perfect harmony and symbiosis between a man and his instrument, it was definitely this performance. The perfect foil for Sly's thunder strikes was Robbie's heavy and well-rounded bass tone. He perfectly anchored the rhythm with his hypnotic and restrained groove that made for a spectacular conversation with Sly's rim shots and hi-hats, while reinforcing the chanting of the Jewels on the hook, Jah I, Jah I. The song also featured guitar heroics from Earl Chinna Smith and the keyboard wizardry of Ansel Collins. The lyrics and vocal performance altogether would make it one of the greatest Rasta Roots anthems of all time. with universally understandable lyrics, expressing the plight of natty dread traveling through Babylon. I know the wicked they try to capture I and I. They shall stumble and fall. Anywhere you see Jah children, they will go. Leave them alone. You got to leave them alone. When this song came out, it became a beloved anthem of the Rastafarian movement, as its spiritual lyrics and of course super instrumentals caused it to resonate heavily at the grassroots. Its impact was similar in the streets of Jamaica to that of the Abyssinians Satan Masagana, only this one was a song for the steppers, as it's one heck of a danceable tune. But like Satan Masagana, it didn't go very far commercially. In a period where heavy hitters like Bob Marley, The Burning Spear and Peter Tosh were being promoted and distributed by powerful record labels, Niney the Observer label lacked the muscle to market it effectively. But about 1 year after its release, that song found its way abroad and into the playlists of reggae DJs in England on the underground sound system scene, where it literally caught fire. From there, its popularity caught the attention of Trojan Records, that struck a deal with Niney to have it released as part of an anthology compilation, and this gave it the distribution boost that it lacked at the beginning, and its popularity soon crossed the Atlantic into America and Africa. Its spread was gradual, but by 1979, it was considered the quintessential roots reggae anthem, a musical rallying cry not only for the Rasta movement, but for the oppressed everywhere, a solid representation of the golden age of the genre. I consider it a perfect reggae tune, a sublime blend of the duo's vocals and lyricism, Niney the Observer's production wizardry, and of course, the superhuman instrumental heroics of the great Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare. So there you have it. Thank you for watching this video today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, Jah bless.